Hello and welcome to today's screencast on how to create a ringtone using Apple's Garage Band application. This screencast is aimed primarily at new Mac users looking to optimize the existing functionality found within Garage Band to create professional sounding ringtones. This entire screencast was recorded and edited using ScreenFlow, a professional screencasting tool provided by Telestream. ScreenFlow can be found at www.telestream.com in the product section. First off, let's start by opening GarageBand. In our case, we've inserted it into the dock for ease of access. If you've never opened GarageBand before and you're opening it now for the first time, this is the screen you should find in front of you. If not, select File Close from the menu option and you should immediately find yourself back in the screen. In our case, we're going to select the iPhone ringtone option found near the bottom left and then select Example Ringtone. From there, you should have the option to give your ringtone a name. I tend to select a generic name and then use it over and over again. In this case, I've selected MacTalk Ringtone. To ensure that you can set the correct length for your ringtones, the first thing I like to check is to make sure that the show time and LCD option is selected. From there, I like to zoom out so I can see at least 30 seconds. This allows me to adjust the yellow bar at the top to the length of the desired ringtone, which in my case is always 30 seconds. From there, you can zoom back in again so you can see a little more detail in your music, which will help find the correct point in the song to start your ringtone. Next, we want to remove the jingle which GarageBand has inserted by default. In our case, we're going to be creating a ringtone from iTunes, so to delete this, we just press Command Delete. We now have the option to select any song from our iTunes library which we wish to add as a ringtone. These can include purchased songs. To select a song, simply click on the View Hide Media Browser button found in the bottom right corner. From there, we have the option to search our library and find the song we want to use. In this case, we'll do a simple search for The New Divide, which is a Linkin Park song from the Transformers soundtrack. To add the song to a track in your library, drag and drop the song to the library. GarageBand will import and convert the song. If the song is not added at the beginning, simply drag it across. Now that we have our song added, we have the option to try select the desired area of the song we want to add as a ringtone. In some cases this may be simple, but in other cases you may find the introduction too soft for a ringtone and the chorus starts abruptly or without a pause. Let's play the song and see how it sounds. Listening to that, I've already decided that it's a little soft for what I'm looking at, so I'm going to try see if I can get more of the main song into the ringtone. We can already identify where this starts simply by looking at the timeline, which shows where the music gets busier. Ideally, what we'd like to achieve is for the ringtone to start about 2 to 3 seconds before this busy section starts so we can fade the volume in. There you can clearly see the busy section in this particular song, and you can see the yellow loop bar set to about 2 seconds before it starts. We can easily move this back and forth depending on your preference. Because we're starting in the middle of a song that has no pause in it, the fade-in functionality becomes fairly critical. Fade-in allows us to gently fade in the volume so the song doesn't sound like it starts abruptly. In most songs you can get away without needing it, but any ringtone that starts midway through the actual playing will benefit from it. Let's start by playing the ringtone so we can hear what it sounds like before we add the fade-in. When we play it again, you can clearly hear how abruptly it starts. To start the fade-in process, we select the View Hide Automation for the track button in the track itself. When you select this, you'll immediately see the track volume beneath the song. The break between dark and light indicates the current volume of the song. Firstly, we take the song back to where the main portion of the song starts and then click on the break between light and dark to indicate that we want the volume to be at full strength by the time the main portion starts. Then we find the point where the ringtone will start and select the same volume, except after clicking and holding down the mouse on the line, we drag it down so we can drop the volume. Obviously, depending on how long we make this intro section, the steeper or more gradual the fade in. We've now created our ringtone and we need to publish this to iTunes. To do this, we select the share button and then select Send Ringtone to iTunes. This will take a couple of seconds and then iTunes will open and automatically preview the song for you. Once iTunes is open and finished playing, you can rename the song to the correct song name. Just select both the song and the artist individually and correct the title and original artist. This is what I meant earlier by using the same generic name for your track, which you can modify every time you import into iTunes. To create another ringtone, simply go back to GarageBand, delete the old track using Command Delete, and start again by searching with the media browser for your next song. That's it for today. Thanks very much for watching. If you have any questions, please mail them to athel.hill@mactalk.com.au.